So one thing that I like about this Harbor Freight welding table is that when you're building products, you can actually build extensions or conversion tops, tabletops, or jig tops, what I would call them, jigs, where you can be able to place different jigs on top of them and mount them down. This first one that I got here is actually going to be for wood finishing and for making different lacquer products, as far as coasters, shot glasses. We'll be making dominoes, different wood plaques, different custom things out of wood and lacquer where you need a frame. And with this one, this frame is actually going to get painted, and then it's going to have silicone in the inside and around the lip, with a ruler on the side going around certain parts of the side to show you how high the lacquer is, to make sure it's even. And then once we're done using that one, I can actually take this top off and I can convert it to a different top, which will be my jig table. Say when I'm building one of my products, my goal is to have tables so I can build that product. It'll be lined out and customized to build a certain product with that table. So I want to give you a quick example on how you can remove it. So the goal is with these is, the cool thing about it, you can tilt these. They're pretty sturdy, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Put them together pretty good. You can reinforce them to make it stronger. But the cool thing about it, you don't have to worry about it coming off. When you're putting your lip on the back, you want to make sure you're using at least an inch and a half. You can go anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2 inch, but 1.5 inches is plenty, at least. That way you got a little bit more over the lip that's on the existing table. And I only got it on a L shape where you can use the existence to put down clamps or whatever. But it's easy to remove, because this whole tabletop will be a jig by itself to make certain products. So when I'm not making this product, we won't have this tabletop on there. I might have the other one on there if I'm doing welding sessions, or I'm showing someone how to fit something. I can take this off. See, I can take this off and I can use the existing table. So I can use the existing table when that time comes to do, other products. But the goal is to have another table when I get ready to build other products, like the trailer locks and the staircases, and also the welding skid frames and the shooting targets. I'm actually going to start doing something different with the targets. So I got a new idea with them. But also, like I say, any product that I come up with, you're always going to need a jig table. You're always going to need a jig to make it faster and easier. And I didn't work for many companies that actually had, they built different custom products for clients. And when that client will call back and say, okay, I need 100 of them made again, they'll normally say, hey, go get the forklift. They'll have this big heavy jig sit up on this table. Like when I was working in Kansas City, Kansas, I was living in Kansas City, Missouri, but I was working in Kansas City, Kansas, right across the bridge doing some fabrication. And they had all type of jigs to make different products. And this one guy, he'll make the jig to make the product, and then we'll use it to duplicate it all the time. And you might have to fix it here and there, but it'll be a good jig to actually assemble what you're trying to assemble fast, and then you go to the next product. And that's the same thing. I'm using that same concept in my own business, and I think that's why it's very good to learn from on-the-job experience, to actually get a job, to actually work under someone, because you get the system, and all of that knowledge that we have, we just transferring it over and using it in our own independence, to build our independence, to actually get our freedom. So instead of us actually working for someone else, we'll be working with someone else, like the system does. It built products. This company was building products for other people, and it wasn't nothing like no rocket scientist type of things too, man. This was a rinky-dink shop, but they was making money. Like, I'm not really gonna lie to you. And I'm thinking, like, if they can do it, why can I do it independently? So I just showed you how I'm about to start building jig tables. And for each product, you're gonna see a different table. Like, I'm gonna be showing you, I'm gonna have a table for different things I'm gonna be making. And if I make something for a client and they say, hey, I want you to make some type of frame for them, and they say, hey, make us these here, and I get to making these products, I'm gonna have a jig for that product. That way I can be able to duplicate it faster, and that'll be a part of the bid too. Say, okay, I need to make a jig table for it, because we're gonna be duplicating these again. Even if it's just only one time, you still got to be able to do it faster. So if you're only building a few, but most of the time you'll be building multiple, you know, you need something to keep the flow going. So even when I'm building these, I'm gonna walk over here and show you. Like, say, once I get to building these, this is one of the longer ones, but I got one side that's a little bit bigger. And this is the actual staircase frame. This is a frame. I actually use this as a jig where I set my pieces on top of this one and trim everything, and that's how I duplicate them. Because I can make the single, double, triple, 4 steps out of this one. I can make 4 different ones out of this one jig here. And I have a table actually that's going to be a little wider than this. That way I can make the 5 steps. Because normally for RVs and modern homes and trailer homes, mobile homes, at least go up from 3 to 5 steps till you walk in. So normally you don't have to make any over 5 steps. But this is actually, like I say, this is one of my jigs. This is one of my designs for the staircase. And I use it, like I say, I duplicate it. But when you have a table to actually make them faster, and you have a setup where people can just slide their pieces in, trim everything, cut it, tack it up, weld it, set it to the side. That's one frame gone, now you're building another side. You see what I'm saying? So the goal is to duplicate things and make things faster, better for yourself. Like even with these shooting targets, you know, there's so much that you can do once you build a jig. And with these, I have a smaller jig, I'm gonna show it to you, that I made. And this is a jig that I made where I assemble the shooting targets, and I can make multiple. It's a frame where I can assemble everything together, all the pieces, the full 9. I can do everything with this frame. And this frame, I can actually sit on top of this table. And I can actually build these from actually sitting on top of this one. Just put the pieces in, tack them, tack everything up. Once you tack everything up, you remove it, and then you go on to the next. So I really think there's so much you can do once you build your jig tables. So I just think that's wise that we would work on things like this, and starting with something, like I say, this is a Harbor Freight table. They actually got them in different places, sell them. This is actually pretty decent. Like I say, you can reinforce them if you want to, but for the price of this table, you can't beat it. So for $60 to $70, you can get one of these, and you can have conversion tops on them to build different products. Have different services that you're doing with something simple, and it's not taking up a lot of room, and you can always put it up to get out the way to do something else. You know, the goal is to be more flexible. You know, living in the RV taught me how, honestly, being in the RV for 3 years, 4 years, taught me how that we really don't need a lot of the things that we do. Live nice and comfortable. Life can be a lot simpler once you simplify things, you know, and being in the RV taught me that I don't need a lot to feel like I got a lot. That makes sense. So I understand the concept now. So that's why I teach independence, and I stress it, because I really want to see you win. And me just giving you this example and filling you in on this, I know this is going to help someone. So whoever can use this to build their independence, man, all I ask is that you share it, tag me in it, keep it going, you know what I mean? Because the goal is, in order for me to help you, I'm gonna need your help. Meaning I'm gonna need you to share it. I'm gonna need you to promote it to those that you feel might need it. And that's one thing that I have learned before I let you go, that we can only help those who really want to help themselves. So if someone don't want to help themselves, there's not too much you really can do. You know, you can try all you want to, but it's not going to go over that well. But someone that's hungry, someone that's really want to change their situation, they'll really embrace it more. So just wanted to say that, man. Just want to salute everybody. Utilize that Harbor Freight table. If you got one, I heard a few people say they got two. They need to think about it like this, where, hey, there's so much you can do. Hopefully I encourage someone to go get that bag. HogOn. Check me out on the website, www.HogOnWelding.com. I got welding skids for sale. I got services, consultations. Shop with me. If you cool with me, fool with me. HogOn.